Going to accompany us with a beautiful music, as we also be enjoying our breakfast. Then, right after, we'll have Monsieur Vincent, who is with us, the managing director of Bourbon, will also give us a welcome remarks. Then after, we will have a panel discussion. That one, I'm just keeping it for you. I will do a proper introduction for the panelists and for the panel. So thank you very much once again. Keep on enjoying your beautiful breakfast. And then in a few minutes, we'll be having the New Hope Center worship group to be giving us a good music. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Beautiful people. I would also like to let you know that we are doing the live streaming and take this opportunity to welcome the online audience. You're welcome to our event of Father's Day entitled to Trauma to Triumph. Here we're just going to have a group of singers, very youthful, a group that is called New Hope Center. They are children's home founded in 2004, right? To welcome the children without fathers and mothers from the sub-region, right? So thank you very much. We're just going to give them the flow. They will take us through 3 good songs that they have prepared for us while we'll be enjoying our breakfast. Thank you very much.
Happy Father's Day. Baba, mimi ninakuabudu. Baba, mimi ninakuabudu. Mbele zako nainama, mimi ninakuabudu. Mikono yangu nainua, mimi ninakuabudu. Mikono yangu nainua, mimi ninakuabudu. Mbele zako nainama, mimi ninakuabudu. Mikono yangu nayo, mikono yangu nainua, mimi ninakuabudu. Baba, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are Waymaker, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are He, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are He, touching every Father. I worship you, Lord. I worship you. You are He. You are He, moving in this place. I worship you. Oh, I worship you. You are He, touching every heart. I worship you. Baba, wastahili. Baba, wastahili. Baba, wastahili.
Let's clap our hands.
Sifa zote. Baba wastahili. Baba wastahili. Baba wastahili. Baba wastahili. Sifa zote. Baba wastahili. Baba wastahili. Baba wastahili. Baba wastahili. Sifa zote. Mana urakwiye, mana urakwiye, mana urakwiye, mana urakwiye amashimwe. Mana urakwiye, mana urakwiye, mana urakwiye, mana urakwiye amashimwe. Siku ya leo Baba wastahili, Baba wastahili, Baba wastahili, Baba wastahili sifa zote. God bless you so much.
God bless you so much.
Wow. May I ask again a round of applause for... Thank you very much, New Hope, for the hope. I don't know if you heard it as I did. I got some hope words around the beautiful songs that they shared with us. One more time, I would also like to let our audience that are online to welcome them again, to let them know that they can also be interactive with us through our social medias that I will share. So we are reaching on a time of testimonials. A beautiful moment that we're going to have. It's just the testimony that we're going to have from the work that we have been doing, from the mentees and from the mentors. I'm going to select 3 groups. There's a Boniface's group, who was with Boniface as a mentee. So we're just going to give you the floor. We'll give you just 1 minute to share with us the insight, what you took from the work. You're welcome. You can just stand and have the microphone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The work was very good, interesting. Thank you. Thank our mentor. He did a great job.
What did you learn? 1 or 2?
First of all, we just learned about focus in life. To have a focus.
Focus in life.
Yes, in life.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
A round of applause to Groupus Boniface that they have really. We now are going to a second group. That was Annie's group. The mentee, Sandra, will give you the floor. You tell us what you learned.
Yeah, thank you. We had a great work with the fresh air, with 2 beautiful mothers who taught us a lot. But mainly, they taught us how to balance everything, balance work, balance being a mother, balance being a wife. And also, they taught us how to be like a friend to our kids, so that we can be more productive to them and help them every day, and also to have a good people around us. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause to Sandra. So before we go to the third group, I would like to invite the mentor, Boniface, to stand up with his group of mentees. We just want to see you and give you the clap because you deserve it. Let's clap for this group. And I would like to ask Mr. Boniface to tell us 1 or 2 insight that you can have the microphone. The rest you can have a seat.
Good morning. Happy Father's Day. Allow me to...
Some energy, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Allow me to thank Mireille for such a nice organization. And let me confess, this is the first Father's Day I'm enjoying, Mireille. The other one somehow pass, you know. So thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Boniface. I'm in business advisory. I can see 1 or 2 of my clients over here. And I'm happy to be in your midst. Other than that, I'm also the chairman of the Kenyan diaspora community in Rwanda. So I have like 10,000 members. So you can imagine what I go through. Both young and old, and everyone calling for solutions. somehow you get the solution, somehow you also talk to people who are ahead of you. I was also telling Peace, I'm not new in this park, and I want to thank her for the good work they are doing. The first time His Excellency was planting the tree across the road, I was part of that team because we were invited as the Kenyan community, but I didn't know it would turn out to be this good. Thank you and well done. I think I have a reason to come and cycle next time I'm here. When I was walking around with my two friends over here, and of course Anne from Old Mutual, we met many years ago, maybe 20 years ago, as well as my brother here, Gerard. In fact, there's something I want to say about Gerard. I don't know whether you remember Gerard. When we came to this country sometime 2003, that's when I came to Rwanda. So you can do your math. He bought us the first dinner. Me and my colleague. Please give him a clap. Those are many years ago. And we kept communication on and off, and I'm happy to meet you again. So today, when Mireille invited me, I didn't know this is how it would turn. I was actually focused on the breakfast. But today I've got two new friends. Thank you very much. One thing I always tell people is personal branding. Let people know you for the good reasons. Let no one know you for anything that appears like they start doubting you. Because that is where you start your business. That's where you start your life. That's the choice people will make, whether they want you as their leader or not. Today, when Mireille asked, I have two kids, let me say this, that's why I moved to the other side. My son is 27 years now. He finished his degree. He's focusing on software engineering. My daughter is in 4th year. She's now 21. So those are my two kids. Someone asked me, are they the official kids? Those are the only kids I know. So one time, my daughter, I think she was 7 years old. I was just seated with her in the sitting room. She was busy on the TV. I was reading something on my phone. And somehow both of us kept quiet. And then she looked at me and asked me, Abari Muze. I looked at this girl and said, where have you gotten that from? Those of you who know Muze, Muze is like the elderly. Then I looked at myself and said, how can my daughter call me a Muze? But again, I realized maybe it's the responsibility she was seeing on me. Today, when Mireille asked me to move on the other side, she walked me down that memory lane. Thank you very much for reminding me. And I actually saw the responsibility and the task that is being placed on my shoulders. Sometimes we don't realize this until you are in such a forum. And then first you thank God for giving you, bringing you this far. I'm turning 53 in a few days' time. So you can start doing the maths from where you are and where I am. And we just celebrated our 25th anniversary, wedding anniversary on 2nd of May. So that's the journey that I've come through. And for this, I thank God. One thing I want to tell the young business entrepreneurs who are seated here through Mireille, I'll be very happy as my offer for the Father's Day to support you through an interaction to make sure you know how to walk straight. Talking from a tax perspective, talking from an accounting perspective, because I realize a lot of the young entrepreneurs in Rwanda make mistakes not because they want to, but basically they don't know how to do things differently. So Mireille, maybe we'll organize for a session, and that is my offer as a father today. We sit down half a day, you ask the questions, you ask how to navigate some of the challenges you go through, and basically make sure that your business can move to the next level. For that, I will be able to do it on pro bono basis. That is my offer as a father.
Wow, thank you very much. A round of applause for the offer.
And my request I would also make for Mireille, please, this is so nice to be taken only for 3 hours. Can you make it
a whole
half day? Next time, so that we can interact more, we can meet new friends, and we can expand our circles. So thank you very much. And with me, I have my colleague, Jen, that we work with closely. Jane, please. Jane is my colleague, and most likely when we are coming for those sessions, we come with her because she is very good at what she does, and I want to appreciate her as a father because it's me and her and then the rest of the team. So we lead the team together, and she supports me too much, and that explains why I can get time to attend these sessions. So thank you, everyone, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boniface. Personal branding. Thank you very much. Would like to ask Annie and his group and her group to stand up as well, so that we also clap for them, because I know that they did a great job. Thank you very much, Annie. We have heard from your mentee, and we would love to hear from you. What did you learn? One or two things. Thank you. What can you tell us, the rest who were not part of the group? Thank you. Others can remain seated.
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Annie. As Ngabo has said, I work with Ngabo actually at Old Mutual, and I am a mother of 3 kids, 20, 14, and 6. Oh, no, sorry. My goodness, I'm a mother of 20, 14, and 8. If I start forgetting the age of my daughter, and I only have one daughter, can you imagine? But that's not the stress I'm going through. It's just, it's a Sunday. And thank you, Mireille, for organizing this. Though it was too early for a Sunday, I had to say it because I really bargained for it to start at 8. And my team was like, no, we need to be there by 6:30. So thank you for organizing this. Thank you. We've met wonderful people. And next time, start at 8, finish at 1 or 2, I don't mind. Yes. What did we learn? We were having 2 mentees, very young ladies who are looking forward to getting married soon, I hope. So they were asking us how do we manage our life? How do we balance our work life, and how do we manage it? How do we manage our kids? How do we get time for our kids? So what we try to tell them is to get a support system, because sometimes we have a lot of responsibilities and we don't have a lot of time, but we need to create a support system. As she said, we told her to be very good friend to the family, because the family is the one who's going to help you. If you travel a lot, if you do a lot of work, you go home late, the kids need to understand that they have, of course, a second mom, which is your family, either your mother or your sisters, your siblings, anyone. You need to be very good friends with them so that they help you when it's time. Then we requested that they use the husbands, you people. Mutua has just said, brand yourself. Brand yourself of being a good father, not just providing financially. We also want your help. We've requested, but of course we were telling them that it's the lady who is supposed to make it happen, perfect conditions. So that was our takeout, and we liked the gathering, we liked the work, everything was perfect. So I don't know if, Jane, you want to add something in what we've met at, because we both have a 20 years old kids. So we were mentoring 2 beautiful ladies and trying to get them married, because apparently the way they were looking at us, they thought we don't have a life. So, but I think we managed. So now the next is to get a husband in all you people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for them. Wow, creating support system. That's my take home. Would like to invite the third group. We are just going to use 1 minute. The Victor's group, Victor and his group. Can you stand up? Then we clap for you for the good work that you did. From Victor, we are going to start with the mentee telling us who would. Okay. Let's give the microphone to one of the mentee. Others can remain seated as we hear from you 1 or 2 things that you learned from your mentor. Remember, all of us are just going to use 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Ben. I thank my mentees. We have learned many things, but one thing I get is to manage and to be in family and support others, other members of family. That's one thing I learned. And the second one is to be a good student to parent and to other families. With supporting them and try to listen, not to make things hard to them, and try to explain your things very well and clearly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for the mentee as I learn to be a family man. So we would love to hear from Victor as well. As a mentor of that group, tell us 1 or 2, 3 words. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm used to getting goodies from Mireille, so when I came, I thought I will receive. And did I received, but then she put me on the other side of people who will give more. So thank you, Mireille. So the group, we were too many, I would say, because of the time. And there were interesting stories to share. But one thing I learned, and I will not give an offer now because it is hard. I think I need to write. I think I need to write a lot of stuff that is in me. Because when they ask questions, I could refer to 1 or 2 experiences of my life. One of them is hard. I lost my parents divorced when I was 2, and I lost my father when I was 10. So I lived with my stepmother from 10 onward. I lost her when I was 13. I lost my mother when I was 15. So it's a lot. And then the stories that we're sharing in the group were somehow related. And one thing I learned is that focus. Focus is something that can save you from a lot of trouble. Because when you are left alone, the next thing you can have is to have a group of young people who take you to do things that would ruin your life. I tried smoking, and because I'm asthmatic, I couldn't make it. So I was like other people enjoying their lives because they can smoke. It is cool. But later I learned that that would have ruined my life. So one thing that we discussed is to have a focused life, but also to recognize that all the things that we go through can break us or can cause wounds, internal wounds. So therefore, healing is part of one exercise that we need to do, healing, and then have a vision and focus on that vision and make it to life through hard work and also taking all the opportunities that can be given to us to learn skills and to also show our character. One of the group members shared about what his mother taught him to work hard and all that, and how that served him in life. And also we talked about living in other people's families, how that also served him when he moved to other families of their relatives, how that was very helpful to him to settle in and to be appreciated because he was contributing. Yeah, in a few words, that's what we discussed. And thank you, Mireille, for the challenge. I think I tried my best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for the groups of mentors and mentees. You have done an amazing job. I think for some of us who are not part of the groups, we are learning from, this is the advantage of being an MC. Hello, I'm learning from each group. Thank you very much. As you have noticed, we are seated at a very beautiful place. And I would like to welcome Mr. Vincent, the Executive Director and the host of the event, the Executive Director of Bourbon, to give us welcoming remarks. Vincent.
Take this one. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vincent, the Director of Bourbon Coffee. It's a great pleasure to welcome all of you, and also thanks for our partner to organize this event in this beautiful place in Kigali, and especially for this special day, the Father's Day. Today it's our celebration and our yeah. I have also 3 kids, and this year is a bit different because my last born was born in January. And for the small story and the small facts, I've done the delivery and all the works to bring my daughter in this world. So I think this year you have a special taste. So thank you very much for coming, for participating to this event. I hope, like Mutua was saying, it will not be the last one, and it will be always a pleasure to welcome you and to having you, and make a new contact, new friends, and yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vincent. We have reached to another phase of our session, of our today's session, where we're going to have the panel discussion. That again, I would emphasize it to be interactive for those who are with us physically right here, and for those of you guys who are online. So allow me to welcome the elder among us, Mr. Gerard Mpisi. Please, a round of applause for him. As an exemplary multi-generational fatherhood, sir, you're welcome. You can have a seat. Which one? Anyone you want. Thank you. We are going to talk about, do we have the microphone? Oh, this one, okay. I'm also going to welcome myself to sit here. By the way, I'm also a father of 2 beautiful girls. A father for more than 6 years now, so I'm also trying to do it the best way I can. Thank you very much, our panelists. We would like to start with Mr. Gerard to give us an insight about how to be an exemplary multi-generational fatherhood.
Thank you very much. Adi, what you tell me your name is? Ngabo. Thank you. What's your first name? Olivier. Thank you, Olivier. When Mireille invited me, you know, even Ngabo here saying multi-generational, I don't know. I think what she meant is I have a 101-year-old father, and he's still alive and very active. Now, if my father is over 100, I don't have to tell you how old I am. You can make an intelligent guess. And so I'm not only a father, but I'm also a grandfather. Now, we are here to celebrate Father's Day. But when you're celebrating the father, you are really celebrating the family. And I think my points, I'm going to focus on the family. When we started the walk here, I had 2 gentlemen very interesting characters. And as we had been warned from the beginning, let's avoid talking business. But immediately we started the walk, we started talking about business. I had to tell them, look at you guys, let's now talk about the events of today. Today is about you, the father, me, the grandfather. Let's talk about that. And then later on, if we get more time, we'll talk about business. But I told them that mentorship, because we're working as a mentor and mentees, I told them mentorship it begins here. We have just known each other. They didn't know me, I didn't know them. But mentorship is now about creating friendships, getting people to know each other and helping one another in different ways. So I told them, I'm sure this is not the last time we are meeting. Let's stay together, let's exchange our telephone numbers, and let's use now this meeting for more meetings so that now I can share with you my experiences. You can't do that in 10 minutes. So they are all taking my telephone number, and the mentorship will continue. Ultimately, mentorship is about a one-on-one. That's what it eventually comes to. Mireille knows much better than me. Now, let me stick to my points so that I don't jump around. Father's Day. I got remarried about 16 years ago. And I now have a 13-year-old son. So in that sense, I'm your age mate. When I got married, it was here in Rwanda. You know, you go to Umurenje or Akarere, and you have your civil wedding there. And the guy who was wedding us told me, Mr. Mpisi, no, according to the law here, you are the head of the family. So I said, okay. In fact, I turned to my wife and said, did you hear that? I am the boss. But he immediately said, now, yes, you're the boss, but don't make yourself a lion. You are still equal people, husband and wife. The point I'm trying to make is, as a man, indeed, you are the head of the family. So as the father, you have a huge responsibility in ensuring that there are certain things that happen in the family. You need harmony in the family, you need peace in the family, you need happiness in the family. That responsibility is on your shoulders. So while we're celebrating you, let's remember that comes also with huge responsibilities. Now, as we were walking, and we started talking about initially businesses and the problems sometimes, focusing on businesses, the problems that comes with focusing on businesses, problems to do with the family. I said one of the problems that we have among young people, and not so young people, comes through and rather unrealistic expectations. Lots of young people these days make too high expectations that are not realistic. When you don't sit down with your family, with your wife, and talk about the life of your family, the kind of life that you are going to lead, you are going to end up with problems. And it is you, the father, to coordinate all those activities. Patrick, who was Patrick and Richard, right? So Patrick says, Mr. Mpisi, I don't know how to handle it. The expectations of my employer at work. I leave home at 7 and I come home at 9, 10 o'clock. And if I don't do that, I could lose my job. By the time I get home, the family is in bed. And this continues day in, day out. That is bound to create problems, friction in the home. And that is true, isn't it? And it is not Patrick's fault. If he doesn't do that, he's going to lose his job. So he was asking me, what is the solution? Does any one of you have the solution to that? You know, when it comes to happiness, there is no silver bullet. All I told him is, you need to learn how to balance your life. There's your work life, but there's also your family life. There's your children and there's your wife. All I can do is, once we get more time, we'll sit together and I'll share with you how I've managed to do it. I can assure you it wasn't a smooth running. Despite trying to balance my life, no work and home, I still faced challenges. So one of the things I'm going to mention to you, Olivier, is that in life, to be a good father and to create harmony and happiness in the family, you need to learn to balance your life. All of us, we have heard interviews of these extremely successful people. Now, the word successful, in quotes. The likes of Steve Jobs, the like of Jack Ma, the likes of, Bill Gates, the likes of, who is this guy of Amazon? Yes, Bezos and so on. We all know how their family ended, their families. All of them have been interviewed and they were asked this question, what's your biggest regret? And we all know their answer. My biggest regret is that I didn't have time for my family. Now, you don't want to be in that position. In other words, money is not everything. They wish they could go back and start all over. But it's too late. In other words, family is the most important thing once you are a father, once you are a mother. Your family happiness, your family harmony is your responsibility. And let's put the children aside. Once in a home there is a happy man and a happy woman, the children automatically become happy. The other thing that I'm now just sharing some of my own experiences with a 13-year son. as a parent, you need to learn how to manage the wants, not the needs, the wants of a child. Abana bubu bose murabazi. From school, when they get home, they want to switch on the TV. Now, it's not just the TV. Most kids now, depending which school they go to, they have their own laptops. And because of the way we live these days, in the modern times, most homes have got Wi-Fi at home. During COVID, you know, we all had to work from home. And sometimes it became necessary to make sure that you work online, therefore you needed a good connection, and people started installing Wi-Fi at home. That means these kids can now sit at home, sit on their laptops in their rooms, and watch whatever they want to watch. Now, if you are a responsible parent, you would do everything possible to control what these children want and to control the amount of time they spend on that screen. It is not an easy thing to manage if you are going to go home at 9 p.m. And you know, these days going home at 9 p.m. is not just the father, it is also the mother. All of you here, you're working. Mothers are working. The last 3 years I've been living in Kigali and my wife is in Ivory Coast. She works there. Now, in order to maintain a happy life, we've decided, we can't live like this. So I'm now moving to Ivory Coast.
Let's clap for the courage. Let's clap for that.
Again, that is trying to balance work and home. I have some business to do, but I have to sacrifice something in order to maintain a happy home.
Wow.
Now, there is another very, very important point. You know, when we all get married, we delude ourselves that it is because of love. Yeah, at that time we think it is love. And indeed, it should be love. People should get married because of love. Although there are some marriages that are pre-arranged. And we know normally what happens after a few years in those pre-arranged marriages. They never last. But in addition to love in the family, there's something very, very important. And that is respect. You know, you can love somebody and not respect them. But respect is extremely important. Because when you respect somebody, that is when you'll be able to say, I am sorry. When you respect somebody, you will not shout at them. You can shout at somebody you love. You can even insult one another. But when you respect one another, there are certain things you will not do because you do respect one another. So respect. You as the father, while we celebrate you today, know that one of your biggest responsibilities is to respect your wife. And you, mama, after all, the husband is the head of the family. So respect your husband. The reason you are doing that, yes, is because she's your wife, you are her husband, but it's because you want to ensure there is harmony and happiness in the family, in the home. Wow. So icho kintu abantu benshi don't realize the importance of respecting one another. Sometimes I even go out of my way, I tell my wife, you know, you don't have to love me, but respect me. Wow.
That's very strong.
You know, not everybody is lucky, for example, as I have been lucky, in the sense that I had my parents who taught me all these family values, and then I grew up and got married and had a nice family. I have 6 children. 4 girls and, sorry, now that one of them is here, let me add 4 beautiful girls.
We'll give her the floor, she tell us. Welcome, Diana.
Diana, stand up. I said beautiful.
Stand up and
so
say hi. Oh, she's beautiful. Let's clap for the beauty. Thank you.
So I was blessed to be having my father around. My mother passed on some years back, but to have such a happy family. But not everybody is that lucky. The 2 gentlemen I was walking with, Richard lost his father when he doesn't know even who his father is. And soon after that, his mother got remarried. Now, that can create trauma. But you can see this young man, he's successful in a sense. He has a job. By the way, did you tell me you are married? Yes. He is married with 3 kids. He's created his own family. So when you look at it, the theme of today is from trauma to triumph. That's a very good example. Yes.
Let's clap for him. That's a very good example. From a triumph, from trauma to triumph.
You can start with trauma, but it doesn't mean that will define you. Sure. Richard has been able to overcome, the trauma. And he's here, with all of us here. And some of the things he shared with me, he kind of turned into a mentor for me.
Wow. That was an exchange of positive energy.
So if you have friends, if it is you who is going through this difficult time, know that you can overcome. Now, coming to mentorship, the first time I met Mireille was through her Cora coaching program. I was trying to qualify so that to go through what she does so that I can also become a mentor. But then I realized that, I do mentorship already. Yeah, In fact, to that extent, last year I started a Rotary Club. Those of you who might know what Rotary is about. And it is a club of seniors. Actually, when I started the club, it was strictly for seniors. So when I started calling all my friends, who have retired, I told them, look, we need to find also a channel where we can be meeting and, get out of our homes and share whatever it is. And Rotary allows us to create that environment. So once a week, we meet just for 2 hours and discuss anything. But one of the things we have decided to do, because of our seniority, because of our experiences that we have decided to, now Rotary, one of the main things that Rotary does is come up with projects. Mainly projects to support the community, the poor, in our community. But we decided, no, we need something that identifies us as seniors. And one of the things that we are going to do, Mireille, is to start a mentorship program.
Let's clap for that.
In fact, because I know you, in the next 2-3 weeks, we are going to invite you to be a speaker at our club so that we can learn exactly what it takes to mentor young people. Now, I think I knew this panel discussion was going to be a few minutes, and I think I've taken most of the minutes. So let me conclude, and I will just want to conclude by saying congratulations to the fathers who are here. You all deserve to be congratulated, but remember, ultimately, being fatherhood is about being responsible, a responsible father, so that you can create a happy home. And Mireille, thank you for inviting me here. All these people now in front of me, my name is Mpshisi. Now there's Mpshisi in this country. Yeah. So you can get my contact from Mireille, and you can feel free to call me anytime so that we can keep sharing.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for our panelist, Mr. Mpshisi.
One more thing.
Yes.
I want to thank also the people of this fantastic place.
Yeah,
it is
definitely.
My first time
Let's
here.
Clap for it.
But I can assure you, I'm going to be coming back here with my family just to walk around. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's very hard to do a recap. But love, respect, harmony, peace, family vision, and most importantly, to find the balance. Thank you very much, sir. We really do appreciate your wisdom. Now there's something that you talked about. I want us, Mireille, to take us through and to emphasize on overcoming the father's and wounds of the absence of a dad in a home. Coming back to our subject, from trauma to triumph. Welcome, Mireille.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And before I even share, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Mpshisi for accepting our invitation to join us today. Quick story, every time I meet Gerard, I always compliment him personally, but also his father, who's 101 years old. I've been following him on Igihe, his story about how he was very close to the royal family as a working person back then. So for me, as someone who didn't grow up in the country, I always find, that history, that connection, very important. And of course, his amazing daughters that are colleagues in the working place. So every time I meet Gerard, I love your family. I love the legacy. So when we were thinking about Father's Day and who to have as a panelist, the Mpshisi family really stood out for me because, as I always say to him, his dad and his family, particularly his dad, is a national treasure. Would you agree with that? So we would like to have more and more of these conversations, not only spoken, but recorded as well, so that we as Africans would tell our stories, our narrative. So I just really wanted to honor you, sir, and say thank you for taking time from being with the family in the morning to share your story. And yes, I accept the invitation to speak to the Rotary Elderries Club. And we can meet here in this beautiful environment. So we can certainly do that here and see where this goes. Now, the question I was asked by the MC was to share the contrasts. Because when it comes to fatherhood, not everyone has had the chance to have a beautiful multi-generational legacy, because that's life, that's the world we live in. There are always good and bad, ugly things, and also godly things. I always like to say the good, the bad, the ugly, and the godly. So I'll get to some of that very briefly. My story is slightly different. I'm very blessed that I had a father and a mother that I knew, but I would like to go a little bit behind and in time. I was born in Burundi as a refugee, And the reason why I was born in Burundi as a refugee, I think we all know our history, but I was born to younger parents. When my mom had me, she was 20, and my father was 30. And they were also refugees since 1959. And they were young, right? They were young, they were in their 15. I think my mother was much younger than that. So by the time I came along as the fourth and last born, I was born to people who didn't know their homes and their country, and I'm pretty sure we know how unsettling that can be. So, and they were together when I was born. They were married, and later on separated. They separated when I was 3, around about that time, 3 or 4. So similar to our colleague here, I was born into trauma, if I can call it that way, because I've never experienced a home with the father and the mother. So to me, it's a dream. I see it with, of course, the remaining families and friends. So my own experience doesn't include a home with a dad and a mother. Which is okay, because the beautiful thing about us Africans, we say that who raises a child? Who raises a child? It's a village, yes, the community, which of course we can call the family. So we've had that support all around from family members. So to me, this is the interesting thing, which I would like to share with the audience and those live following us later. You can have a trauma without knowing that you have trauma. The professionals will say that, like depression, trauma has a spectrum, right? So a spectrum of 0 to 100. So 0 could be you don't know that you have it. And maybe 100 will be you can't function because you are severely impacted by that. So fatherlessness has different dimensions to it. And as the wonderful panelist said, there are fathers who are present but are absent. So even though they are there, but they are always working, and that can create a trauma in a child's life. So in my story, I didn't know, to be very frank with you and transparent, that I had that trauma, because my upbringing was beautiful, was amazing. My mother has done an amazing work to rebuild herself, have an international career, and take us to great schools. And we went on to live 20 years, myself personally, outside of the continent, and come back and, you know, start Cora, as you all know, and of course, be part of Bourbon as well. So I didn't realize that there were some subconscious hidden trauma until when I became a life coach. When I started doing my coaching certification over 10 years ago, some of you who have had that, whether it's life coaching or executive coaching, you will know that you go through a journey of self-discovery, really making sure that you know who you are, you know your purpose, what you want to do in life, but also anything that may limit you. So those self-limiting beliefs or behaviors, so that you can live fully whole. So I started that journey, and I realized that without having a father in the home, or even see me graduate from school, high school, or come to my graduation, or give me fatherly advice on what kind of men to date, or, you know, career advice, I didn't think it was an issue, to be very frank, until only a few years ago, around about 10 years, that's where I realized that actually there's a missing piece. Because we as a human beings are created to have that. So they can be a substitute, but it is inherent. So how we handle that is certainly a journey. So my journey of overcoming with the theme from trauma to triumph is that I embraced it, because you can't change life. You are born into dynamics that are already there. As I said, in my situation, it was, I suppose my father and mother didn't have the role models because they left the country. So some geopolitical issues can also impact at a micro level. But I took charge. Like our friend here, took charge to make sure that it ends with me. If it was there before previous generations, my generation has to stop it. So I did a lot of work in me, yes, in becoming a coach, but also receiving counseling, because the truth is the truth. The reality is the reality. We should not hide any trauma, any hurts, but you need to find that right person to speak to about all of those hurts, because they are personal. You don't want someone to say, ihangane. Even though you are hurting, you're crying. You know, all of those things that our different communities try to belittle and minimize your hurt. You are valid. If you feel that, it's okay. There will always be people and groups supporting you to overcome that. So maybe they're not the right person. And I would really invite you to exchange. There are some coaches, experienced professionals who can really follow you. And that links to why we had this program, is because you had different perspectives from mothers or those who had the children with our fathers. There's a lot we can learn. There's a lot we can go through life in overcoming the trauma. So to conclude, I know time is going and we don't want a seminar here. It is okay. It is okay. The past is the past, and the past must pass. So you are present, because your presence is a present. Just say, it ends with me. I will start a good start if it is your story. And if it is the story of the contrast that we just wanted to share here, please continue to pass on the good things. Because sometimes history gives us that opportunity to overcome and be the one that really starts a multi-generational blessed life. I would like for all of you that may have been in that situation to be the one to say, I'm going to be that one. I'm going to be the start. So I'll pause here and then we'll continue.
Wow, thank you very much. We keep on learning. I've took the inner work. And one of our psychologists say that the healing journey, it's a journey, as you said. It takes from the awareness, the acceptance. I think this is what you said, by embracing it. But also taking the decision, as you ended up telling us, that it stops here. Thank you very much. Let's clap for Mireille as well for sharing us this moving story, and also believing in ourselves, in us, and you share us your personal testimony. Come back to Mr. Mchisi. There's something that you say that you were blessed to have parents who taught you the values. You've been a father, you're a grandfather, and you also have your father. I'm like my colleague right here. I just want to ask you, how does it feel? Because I will also maybe share a little bit about myself. But before I do, I just wanted to ask you, can you share with us some of the insights that your parent gave you that gave you the foundation of being a good father? And also, if you allow us, you can tell us a little bit about Mr. Mchisi, your father. Thank you.
As you said, it is indeed a blessing. Something that we as his children don't take for granted. Well, one of his strongest value, and which most people who know him know, is his very strong faith in God. And that has kept him straight. If you talk about an upright man, Pastor Mpisi is an upright man. I'll give you an example. As Mireille has said, Pastor Mpisi was close to the royal family. He doesn't come from the royal family, but he was close to the royal family, and one of the reasons why King Rudahigwa was very close to him and liked him, by the time Pastor Mpisi went to be an advisor to the king, to King Rudahigwa, he was already a pastor within the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And he was a young man. That was in the late 50s. He must have been in his early 30s. And the king of the country is not like a president today. A president is elected. After 7 years in Rwanda now, no, the president has to go to the polls to campaign and ask for our votes. But kings were never, they were born kings, as it were. So, King Rudahigwa asked him, said, Mpisi, you are one of the very few people, if not the only person, who advises me and tells me the truth. Because so he was not an employee of the king. He didn't get a salary from the king. So for him, he could afford to indeed tell him the truth. Sometimes people tell presidents and ministers what they think the president wants to hear and not what he needs to hear. So the king eventually said, Kissing, I now want you to stop working for your church and come and be close to me so that you can keep advising me. Pastor Mpisi said, my king, who wouldn't want to work for you, the king of the country? It is an opportunity nobody would, not want to take. However, you are a king, but I work for a king greater than you.
Oh, wow.
Now, you can imagine us growing up in the, with that kind of a man as our father. We could only try to emulate him. And of course, it was not very easy. Such people come once in a while in a generation. Yeah. As Mireille says, he's one of those pillars of the Rwandan people. A national treasure. And I think that is why God has blessed him with all these years, because even despite his age, he is still preaching. Wow. Many of you see him, he still makes YouTube videos. His body is very weak now, but his head, his mind is still very intact. So, growing up under him, and of course, our mother. Our mother was also a great mother. She passed on. You cannot be a wife of a man like Pastor Mpisi without being a great woman yourself. Yes, so that is the environment in which we grew up, and some of the values that we have taken from him. One of the things he will tell you when people ask him, so what has made you live so long? There are 3 things he says. 1, get rid of hatred in you.
Oh,
wow. They just hate others. Wow. And you wonder why. Now, even those of you who have done psychology, keeping hatred in you destroys you. Cancer. Yes, it's cancer. So that is one of the principles, the values that he has tried to instill in his children. The other thing he says is, of course, if you're a man, these days, it also applies to women. If you spend your time just thinking about women, you spend your life thinking about, women, or if a woman for that matter, it also happens if you spend all your time thinking about men, there are even married men who keep moving around with young girls and so on. That will ultimately destroy you too. Because the way you think determines who you are. And if that's how your mind is, it will kill you. And then I've got the other thing is umururumba. Umururumba, when he said that was the first time I heard of that word in Kinyarwanda. So I said, what is umururumba? Umururumba is not knowing that you have enough, not being satisfied. He says a lot of people, and particularly you young people, one of the things we were discussing as we were walking was these unrealistic expectations from young people. And we came up with an example, a young man wants to get married. His account is in the minus, but he comes up with a budget of 10 million. Said, how can you do that? That is the beginning of stress. You are going to stress yourself, you are going to stress your friends who are trying to help you. No, be realistic. And if you are an unrealistic father and a realistic mother, you are going to end up with a very unhappy family. And I was telling them that sometimes I see these speakers, inspirational speakers. They come up with all sorts of ideas to succeed. You need to do this, you need to do this. And most of them, unfortunately, are those who have already succeeded. But let me tell you, if you don't think about what they're saying critically, and you think you can just do what they've said you can do, you are going to end up in big trouble. So those are some of the principles, the values that we grew up with, and we try, fortunately, we have tried to practice what we were taught. So all of you, when we sit here and sharing, also when you live here, keep thinking about these things that we are talking about. Many people, sometimes you leave a place like this and you completely forgot what was discussed here, because these are experiences, life stories that will help you also to manage your life, manage your family.
Thank you very much for the insights. Not being satisfied, get rid of hatred and the way we think. Thank you very much to share with us. Some of I'm pretty much sure that he has a lot of values, but thank you for sharing with us some of the values of Pastor Mchisi. Mireille, you talked about that the past has passed. I just want you to elaborate more about it, also touching for the subconscious hidden trauma and the self-discovery. But before that, maybe let me just give you an example of a little bit of my own history. Someone who just grew up without having parents, not even a big brother to look up to, because I lost my parents during the genocide against the Tutsi when I was only 7 years old. And now I am a parent of 2 beautiful daughters. I'm a husband. I didn't have any way to look up to. I didn't have anyone to mentor me or to coach me or to look the values from. Because also the few aunties and uncles that we left with, as Chisi said, everyone was busy trying. Pretty much all of you know how the country looked like right after the genocide. Priorities were so many to the extent that we did not tap into the inner healing. What is the advice, according to someone who's maybe like me, who's trying to do their best? Now we are thankful that we have people like Msisi, people like Pastor Mchisi or any other father around us, that we go on YouTube, maybe searching, maybe out of the curiosity of how to do it great. But the how to do it great, it starts from the inner work, the inner healing. Please, go ahead.
Thank you. I will try to be as brief as possible so that we can see if there's any questions or comments online, and the program will continue. It's a big topic, of course. Rwanda specifically, or the sub-region as well, is not just Rwanda, but the sub-region can relate to this. According to studies and research, and I will give you a website later on for you to look up and get some resource. There's a lot of resource you can find online, even without someone you can speak to on one-on-one. So research say that if you are growing up in a home without a father or a mother, the likelihood of having some kind of psychological trauma is high. And also it manifests in a way that there can be rebellion for teenagers, so teenagers tend to be rebellious, or girls, even boys, so early teen pregnancies are some of the recurring symptoms, usage of drugs, and many other negative behaviors that can be the outcome of that. And we can see that also with the history of Rwanda and also some other nations that have had war or geopolitical issues. But that's a story, that's a narrative. It doesn't have to be yours. When I talked about hidden trauma, yes, for some it can be so obvious when you are displaced, you are a refugee, that you are faced with that. But if you are born into a family just as simple as one single parent home, or there is a divorce, or there is a move, there is some kind of level of trauma that comes in as well. So how do you recognize that? And what do you do? First, you have to make a decision. What I usually say, do an audit of yourself, audit of your behavior. Right? So what do you tend to think about? I love what Mr. Mpisi shared about his father, about removing hatred. You're taking me to a life coaching class now. Because it's about your thoughts, how you manage your thoughts. It's so subtle. If I can give you some statistics, apparently at the highest level we think approximately 100,000 thoughts a day, if you are a big thinker. But the very minimum, some people say, those who study neuroscience, and they have devices to measure the thoughts pattern and quantify it, the minimum can be somewhere between 12,000 thoughts in a day, 24 hours. What is the percentage of those thoughts being positive, in your view? They say that roughly 80% of those who are not trained is negative. So 80% of 100,000 thoughts in 24 hours, or 12,000, will not be positive, loving, kind, towards growing and impacting the society positively. So they will be negatively. But if you have your hurts that you have not worked on, clearly you will have that hatred, you will have that anger, that resentment, and you don't even realize where the source is. So start with the source. I guess that's the one key thing, just in interest of the time. And also find the resources. I can give you a website to go to where you can have the resource that will help you to identify what it is that you have a problem. Then you will need to ask for help. You need to know who to ask for help. And of course, do the work, because you will need to be committed to work on you. And then, of course, be accountable. And later on, I've shared that in the last 7 days on my feeds, on the countdown of how to make sure you are totally healed. Tell your story. When you hear stories positive like this, with a transformation, you are inspired and you heal other people as well. So there's a lot of things you can do, but in the interest of time, you can go to fatherhood.gov, which is one of the resources. So if you just look it up, you will have tons of different research done over decades on all sorts of fatherhood, fatherlessness, how to do this and that, from researchers, academicians, but also people who overcame. So that is an invitation for you to get those free resources. And of course, I'm available, my team, to assist.
Thank you very much. I think we can also clap for Mireille to also tell us that you are available in any time that we would need your assistance. Thank you very much. Without taking further time, I would like to take 2 questions from the audience while we are waiting for the online people to also give us 2 questions. Flavia would be helping us. Do we have any question, any insight? Just 1 minute each, then we go to online. Or we are just moved by the testimonies and the insights that we've been having, right? And the breakfast. Anyone with a question? Thank you. You introduce yourself, you give us the question, just in 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mine, it's not a question. My name is Richard Mujisha. I work for Bank of Africa. One, the gathering today here is mixed of fathers who grew up without fathers and their mothers. So, and now we are interacting with the people who grew up with their fathers and their mothers, and it's such good. What I've learned is that the current fathers, the fathers now who did not grow up with our fathers, we just need to understand who we are and the situation we are living in, the demands we are encountering every time, and then adopt. We shouldn't, if we suffered, if we had a bad experience of living without our fathers, then it shouldn't be the case with our children. At least we have people who can, the guidance, the career guidance, the parental guidance we missed during that time. At least now we are having it. If I've had Olivier, myself, I didn't know. I work with Patrick, but I didn't know his story. But he didn't grow up with both parents, right? So, but if you look at the way we live now, that means we have forgotten the past, as Milay said. Therefore, it is our time now to drive the best we can, so that the people we are bringing up, they will be in our position, the next generation. They will also be fathers, they will also be mothers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richard. One more question. Do we have anything online? Our people online, if you have any question, in 1 minute. Okay, let's have one. We have one here. You introduce yourself, you tell us in 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Patrick Iraguha. I work at Bank of Africa. Mine also is not a question. It's something that I want to add on how to be a better father. I'm only, I have 2 kids, but I always say that I have 3 kids. The first one is 12 years old. The second one is 4 years old, and the third is only 4 months. But this is something that I have learned. As we are today's Father's Day, there's something that I just wanted to share with you. So what is a father? A father is a source, a provider, a protector. He said something that really touches me, that they grew up looking up to his father, wanting to be like his father. So the thing that I want us as fathers to think about, does our kids now want us to be who we are? Want us to become the parents, the fathers that we are today? If your answer is no, then I think this is the right time to think of changing. If the answer is yes, then you keep doing your best to become the father that your kids, your grandkids will say, as PC has said, that we are glad that Patrick, that PC was our father. So that is something that I just wanted to add. Thank you, Millet, for inviting us. I really love these things. I've just talked with Millet. So it is a privilege, and I'm so delighted to be among these people. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Let us.
I feel very proud. The two gentlemen who have intervened here are my two mentees.
Wow, let's clap for the mentor as well. Thank you very much for Patrick's word, being inspirational father. Flavia, do we have an online question, comment from online audience? No, we don't. Thank you very much, our panelists. We are very grateful to have you. I would like us really to clap for our panelists as they go back to their respective seats. I would like also to invite Mireille to stay with us and since I'm the panel as well. Thank you very much. I would like to stay with Mireille so that she tell us about a little bit about this event and people who we've been with as partners. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ngabo. You're doing a great job. All right, so we are coming to a close of the program, but before we do that, I would like to give some notes of recognition, but also acknowledgement to our partners. And I would like to do it this way. First, we would like to acknowledge Nyandungu Eco Park, where we are here today. And recognize the Bourbon team for the great work that they've done in hosting us today. So thank you, Vincent, and the whole team for hosting such a beautiful gathering on this very special day. So we appreciate your hospitality. And also, I would like to acknowledge my team at Cora, who are beside me all the time. Flavia, Danielle, Claude, well done. So we appreciate the great work you're doing to support the community through various events we do. Okay, so we'll invite two specific partners really to share a little bit more briefly about what they do. I will first start with Nyandungu Eco Park. I think we can all agree that this is such an incredible space we have in the nation. Peace, I will welcome you to share a little bit more so that all of you online and also all of you here from corporates or individuals, you know what possibilities are there for you. Peace, just in few words, what you would like the audience to say.
Thank you so much, Mireille. This is a great honor and a privilege to have all of you here this morning. Happy Father's Day, once again. My name is Peace. I represent QA Venue Solutions. We are the private entity that manages this park. This is a government program, like I mentioned earlier. I'll go a little bit where we started earlier today, that is meant to restore wetlands in Rwanda. It started in Kigali and at Nyandungu Eco Park. So this is the very first project of wetland restoration, and it is a blueprint to other wetlands that we are going to restore. So if it's your first time here, I would like first of all to welcome you once again to come back and do a tour in Nyandungu Eco Park. We have walkways and cycling lanes of up to 10 kilometers because this is a space of 121 hectares. So you can use a bike to ride, you can use a scooter to maneuver through, you can walk, you can run, you can come with your family, you can come with your parents, your grandparents, your babies, and enjoy the space. However, this space is not just for us who work here, this space is for everyone on the globe. So we are proud to work with people like Cora Coaching, who are adding value to what we're doing. There are lots of activities on site, but this is one of the activities. And we are developing more with Cora to ensure that people, when they come to the park, they can have more team building activities to ensure that at least people don't just look at the space as a beautiful space, but they can enjoy the space while learning and while getting to know each other and have social, social activities. So it's not just, this is just a beginning, trying to, to see people who have the ability to do things like that. So I would like also to mention that we are open to working with more other different private or public entities that are willing to come and promote the wetland conservation that we're doing. Like I mentioned earlier, we have planted more than 17,000 trees, and we have a program to name each of them. We'll put a sign and show what the tree is and what we use the tree for. Like, for example, for a medicinal garden we have, make time and go visit our medicinal garden. So any of you would want to see your brand named on any of the trees. So in case that's something you'd like to do, please, I'll share my contacts with Mireille. You know how we can do that. And I also mentioned earlier about an outdoor gym. So it is also an opportunity to give people a space to have an outdoor workout. I also mentioned that you've seen sitting areas around the park. So this gives people a chance to sit down as a family, to sit down and talk. It's another way to promote healing. So if husband and wife need to do a talk out of the ordinary restaurant, like I need to make sure you understand what I'm saying. There are places, no, I mean, if a wife says, I need you to hear exactly what I'm saying, you come to the park. There are spaces, different spots where there's a sitting area, so you can sit with your partner and do the talking. People use those for meditation, and they are all over on the walkways and the cycling lanes. So there's an opportunity to add more seating areas, and if you want any of those seats to have your brand name, please, you're welcome. There's an opportunity, and these are just a few of the opportunities that are here in the park. We are looking towards making this park a place that everyone would like to associate with, and we want to prove that wetland restoration is not just a restoration of biodiversity, but also a restoration of people's well-being and a restoration of people's families. And we want to show that it's more than just the plants, the birds, and all that, but it brings life back to normal, where it's supposed to be. Thank you so much, Mireille, and I appreciate for this time. Thank you all, and have a good day.
Thank you very much, Peace. Thank you for hosting us. I wonder if there will be an old mutual tree very soon. And that brings us to the best for last. All of us here are here because of a great partner of Bourbon Coffee and Cora Coaching Group, and that is Old Mutual Group. Old Mutual Insurance Rwanda is part of a large insurance company that has been around since 178 years, 178. How many companies in Africa do we have that are this old? Not many, and I can safely say that they are the oldest insurance company, and with that seniority comes maturity and the great partnerships opportunities. So we partnered with them to make this event possible, and also for you to know what is possible. The one thing I would like to say before I welcome the representatives to join us is that when it comes to your health, I don't know how many of you have ever thought about the word itself, health. It is Old English, health. It starts with heal. healeth. So you need to healeth. In order to healeth the health, you need a partner that has been around for almost 200 years to really ensure you, but also to know how you can live longer and how you as a father, mother, children, or a company, since we have corporates, that you look after your health, your health very well. So to do that, I would like to recognize Old Mutual Insurance Rwanda and welcome the CEO, Anine Bishaka, to share a few words, and maybe Adeline can also follow. Can we give her a round of applause to acknowledge her?
Thank you, Mireille. Thank you, Olivier. Good morning, everyone. It's still morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this time, Mireille. And as you've said, we are Old Mutual. Who are we at Old Mutual? There are people who know us as UAP. But 2 years from, I think it's 2 years or 1 year that we've rebranded to Old Mutual. Old Mutual being a South African insurance company, but we've been in Africa for the past 178 years. We do all products of insurance, short-term insurance. We will soon be doing long-term. When I say long-term, is life insurance. But for now, you're doing just short-term, which is your life, your health, your house, your car, your everything that you have. So we are happy to be here and partner with Cora. Cora has been partnering with us. They help our mind to be in a healthy body. So thank you, Mireille, for this opportunity. We, as Old Mutual, I think there are some people who are our clients, definitely, not because we are the best, but because we are the biggest. So Adeline will come and tell you what we do and how we do it. And yeah, Adeline is our head of marketing and distribution. She has organized all this with Mireille, so probably she has something to tell you.
Thank you, Annie. Good morning, all, and happy Father's Day. I am happy to celebrate fathers today. I'm also the result of a very great father who was blessed with eternity life. He's resting with angels now, but he deserves it. I would just listen to Mr. Mpisi and, connect. As I think Annie and Mireille said it all. My intro came with Mireille and then the rest with Annie. What I could just say is that we're very happy to have been with Bourbon for more than 7 years now. Different capacities, and as an insurer, I think it's something special to work with a client. The different part or step of the journey, their growth journey. Today, it's still Bourbon, but I am sure with different visions that we'll be happy to have with you. As we were told also today, Old Mutual values family as well. We do, our story won't be probably from trauma to triumph. It will be from greenfield to market leadership. So we started as a greenfield 10 years ago only, and 10 years down the line, we are the market leader in terms of health insurance, private health insurance. She said, I'll probably say how we do it. I think the way we do it is that, first of all, for us, our product are solutions. We call them solutions. We don't call them product. And that makes us, keep creating. Because solutions can be for some people, and then you'll find the same solution is not speaking to a different type of niche market or communities. So that's how we do it. We are pushed to keep thinking, and part of the solutions that we have for families, and I think we are the only ones, covering even above 65 years. So for us with parents, we now have solutions for our parents. They can be covered the way we are covered. It's also a regional cover with India on referral. My father did not benefit from it. It just came, I think, a year after he passed on. But I made sure that I would be part of the team working on the product. I don't think that Annie knew why. It was just because I was just like most of us. We think that insurance is expensive, and we think that sometimes insurance comes when you need it the most. My poor father took us to school, but I think I learned it after him. We also thought that insurance was more for our mother because she's diabetic and, you know, and he was a very strong man. The first time I saw him sick, he was actually transitioning to heaven in only 3 weeks. So that's the mindset that we have. So someone needs insurance, you know, when you start, you know, needing the doctor. And for us, insurance is prevention, actually. And it is a risk that we take on our side because we don't know actually when we are going to need insurance, when we are going to need a partner. So I'll just encourage most of us. I learned it was a very hard way of learning that, but yeah, I'm proud to be among the insurers covering, you know, all steps of our lives. For you who can be able to share this kind of gifts, a medical card for daddy, for mommy, please talk to us. And also for us who can still keep educating, let's do that. So yeah, I think that's a bit us related to the family. But as Annie said, we are also there for you, for your asset, your project. I saw a lot of business people here for your business, your growth, and we'll be happy to work with you in your growth journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One thing I love about this, sometimes we, again, it goes with the topic of unconsciousness, not being aware of what is needed. So thank you for sharing your personal story about you going through a situation where there was no solutions or products for the elders, the elderly club that you talked about. So I could already see some linkages there. But yes, so one thing I love here, and I think all of us can learn from this, is that you can be the solution. She just emphasized that point, that even though you experienced it, but if you say, I will be the one instigating the change. So she's now making it possible for 65 plus people to have that opportunity, even though her dad didn't have it. So that's a powerful linkage to the topic I just saw. You have a team here. Where can they find them so that they can share?
Thank you. Yes, I'll start with Annie. And that's how it works in the Old Mutual family. We have with Olivier as well, our colleague. Muhammad Delphin is actually the head of medical. Delphin, yes, Delphin is the head of medical. Sandra is from our team as well. And we worked with, yes, Francis is there. Francis is in the claims. Yes, Francis. And we worked with Zaza and also another colleague of ours who's unfortunately not with us today, but who is actually behind all this. She's called Sonia. She's also part of the marketing team. She's unwell today, but we thank God that she managed to put everything together for us today. So this is us, and we'll be happy to keep interacting with you and share our contacts with you. Thank you.
Thank you again for your partnership. Thank you. The last partner I'm going to acknowledge, I'm not sure if they are here, but I will acknowledge the organization Igihe. Igihe is the organization that really has been partnering both with Bourbon Coffee and Cora for many years. So we Mayor, I'm not sure if he arrived. Okay, we will acknowledge Mayor in absentia and also live, just to say thank you, Igihe team, for the great work you've done today and your continuous partnership. Lastly, I just want to thank you all for your partnership today, and we look forward to doing more. I'll hand over to Ngabo to close this off by saying Happy Father's Day again. Yes? Okay.
I don't think I have to go without saying this. Indeed, UAP. I've been with UAP and now Old Mutual since I came to this country many years ago. And this is my personal testimony. What she said is true. I'm Kenyan, so I do a lot of movement between here and Nairobi. Of course, sometimes driving, sometimes through the airport. And I've never gotten any single problem when it comes to claims or anything that you need from UAP. Old Mutual now. So please, if you're looking for a partner, you will never go wrong with them. And I'm saying this with a lot of confidence. All my insurance covers, whether business, life, whatever, is with Old Mutual. And I'm happy. Annie and team, Adeline, I think you guys are doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to let you know that we have come to an end of our program today, for today's program, because Mireille promised us that we'll be having more and more these kind of sessions. We'd like to really also thank you for you guys who have been with us physically. Just give yourself a round of applause, because you really deserve it. We'd also want to thank people who have been online on the live stream, been with us, but also to thank the people who will be following this recording. So thank you very much. We're at Nyanungui Eco Park. You can have a tour. You can just maybe plan to come back with the family, as the piece told us. Or stay here, have more coffee and more breakfast. Thank you very much. Have a nice Sunday.